Yes.
Okay. Further in space physics, we are having a concept of the solar system. And you already know about the solar system, that in solar system we are having the sun, the 8 planets, and natural and artificial satellites, dark planets, asteroids, and comets. There are multiple type of planets and satellites are there in a single solar system. So in solar system, we know that the sun lies in the center. The sun lies at the center, and sun is also a star which is made up 99% of the mass of solar system. So almost sun makes over 99% of the mass of solar system. The sun is making 99% of whole solar system, and further total we are having 8 planets in our solar system. There are multiple solar system in our universe, but for timing we are only talking about our solar system, in which Earth is revolving around the sun and some other planets are there. So basically there are total 8 planets, plus there are some unknown planets which are known as dark planets, just like the Pluto. Initially we consider Pluto as a planet of our solar system, but now we exclude Pluto from our solar system because it is a dark planet. Because normally we consider planet as a solid or a gas, but if planet does not lie in solid category or in gas category, so it means that planet is dark planet, and we consider that is not a part of the solar system. And the reason is that if we consider the dark planet, or the explanation of dark planet is like this, that the gravitational field is, so normally we consider, if we take example of our planet, so we know that how much gravity acts on different body on Earth. But if we consider some other planets, so the gravitational strength of other planets are also greater than our planet. Let's suppose if we consider Jupiter or some other planet, about sixth or seventh planet of our solar system. So the gravitational force of that planet is greater than the Earth, because gas planets have greater gravitational force as compared to the solid planets, just like the Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Jupiter is a gas planet. We also identify that how many of them are gas planets. So dark planets are also a type of planets where gravitational field is very much strong as compared to the other planets. So the gravitational field is very much strong and starts uh, pulling out the all other objects around its planet. So that's why these planets are known as dark planets, because there will be no object uh, live over that planet, or there will be no object exist on that planet. So that's why we consider that planet as dark planets. In simple word, if we consider the dark planet, so dark planet is just like the concept of that black hole. We hear about that black holes, that the gravitational force of black hole is very much greater as compared to some other galaxies and some other planets. So black hole absorbs all the energy from the surrounding and the objects. So same goes for the dark planet, that dark planets have also a greater gravitational force, and it pull out all the energy and all other objects which is nearby these planets. And only the natural satellite, just like the moon, because moon, we consider moon as a natural satellite, so only moon will remain over there. Otherwise all other objects nearby that planet is going to be pulled out by gravity of that dark planet, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is the concept of dark planet, that the gravitational field is very much strong and all object is going to be pulled out by that dark planet. So that's why we skip that concept of dark planet from our solar system. We only consider solid and gas planets in our solar system. So there are total 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. In old book, you also find out the name of Pluto over there in solar system, but now Pluto is considered as a dark planet. So that's why we exclude Pluto from our solar system. Now we are only having 8 planets in our solar system, starting from the Mercury, ending up to the Neptune. So that is the concept of different solar system, different planets in our solar system. And this is the sequence of the solar system.
Sir, do I have to learn the mass, like the density of each planet?
No, you don't need to remember all density or all the mass of different planet, because that values are constant values, just like the gravitational strength, that is 9.8 or 10. So these are constant values, and mostly they don't ask about the constant value. So that's why you don't need to learn all the densities and all the mass of these planets, right?
All right, sir.
Okay, for the if you want to remember the sequence of the solar system, so there is a simple rhyme to remember it. And the rhyme is that my very easy method just speeds up nothing. So that is the rhyming to remember the sequence of the solar system. So just take the reference from the first letter of this rhyme of each word. So you will get the concept of the solar system and the sequence for the solar system, right?
Right, sir.
Okay. So this is for the sequence of the solar system. And further, if we talk about that, how many of them are solid and how many of them are gas planets. So basically, if we consider rocky planets, it means solid type planets. So in the category of rocky planets, we are having Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. So starting from Mercury ending till Mars, we are having four rocky planets in our solar system. This one is rocky. So these four planets are rocky planets in our solar system. And if we talk about the other category of planets, that is the gas planets. So all other are the gas planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So all these are gas planets. So starting from Jupiter, so initially we considered the starting four planet as a rocky or solid planet, and then the other planets are known as the gas planets. And if we talk about Pluto and those planets which are out from these eight solar or eight planets, so those planets are known as dark planets. We already talk about dark planets. And we know that if we take the example of Earth, so we observe moon and sun in our daily rotation around the axis of Earth. So moon is known as the natural satellite. So each planet have natural satellite and artificial satellite. So if we talk about the satellites, so basically there are two types of satellite. One is the natural and the second one is artificial. So if we talk about the natural, so natural satellites are the example of moon. So moon are known as the natural satellites, which was revolving around the Earth or different planets. So each planet has its own natural satellite. It means some planets have more than one moon. And if we consider the example of Earth, so Earth have only one moon. So it means we are only having one natural satellite. So moon is the example of natural satellite because it already exists in our solar system. And if we take the example of artificial satellite, so artificial satellites are the made satellites which we use for the signal process or to transfer or to communicate from one point to another. So that are man-made satellites known as the artificial satellite also. So this is a common concept of these satellites, that there are two different types of satellites. One is natural and one is artificial. The natural satellite are known as the sun, and the other, we talk about the artificial satellite. So artificial satellite is known as the main manned satellite which we use in our daily life to orbit around any other planet or any other object in the solar system. Any confusion till now?
And no, sir.
Okay. Okay, if we shortly talking about some other components or some other material or some object which are already exist in our solar system, known as the asteroids and comets. So these asteroids and comets are also orbiting around the sun. So one similarity between asteroid and comet is that both orbit around the sun. And further, if we talk about the asteroids, so basically asteroid is a small rocky object. So this is a small rocky type object which orbit around the sun. We already know that it orbits around the sun. And further, the asteroid belt lies between Mars and Jupiter. So most of the asteroids are going to be over there between Mars and Jupiter in our solar system. So if we want to observe maximum asteroids in this phase, so that will be around between Mars and Jupiter, and it is a small rocky type object, just like we can say that a small planets, it also orbit around the sun, right?
Right, sir.
And further, if we talk about the comets, so comets are something different from the asteroids, because asteroids is a solid type object, but comets are not a solid type object. So basically, comets are made of dust and ice. So basically, these are made up of dust and ice, and it also orbits around the sun and also around different planets or between different planets. They also exist like the asteroids. But it is made up of a dust and ice, just like a gaseous type state. And asteroids are solid rocky type objects, a small rocky object which orbit around the sun. And further, if we talk about the comets, because there is a ice or there is a concept of ice for comets, so we know that at different temperature ice will start melt also. So this ice will melt when the comet approaches the sun. and forms the comet's tail. So we differently observe in the movies and some movie clips that there will be a comet moving from one point to another in the space, and most of the people say that that star is falling from the space to the earth. So that was not a star, that was comet, because when comet is moving towards the sun, so there is a dust and ice type material, so star ice will start melting, and that will like a tail of the comet moving with the comet. So most of the people said that that was a star falling from the space to the earth, because the size of the star is very much greater as compared to the earth. So if a star falls on the earth, so there will be nothing left out on the earth. So the star will never fall. That was a comet, and that was made up of ice, and ice was melting. So that's why it will act like a tail of a comet when it is moving or it is approaching towards the sun, right? So that is the concept of asteroids and comets. Okay, clear? Any confusion?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, you may join me again. Then we will start the concept of the redshift and dark shift. That was very much important for your exam point of view, because those questions are included in the specimen paper also. So first we talk about the redshift and blue shift. Then we will talk about some other topics, right?